It is safe to say that you are worn out on taking that everyday pill or a few to control your circulatory strain? It is safe to say that you are tired of the results or stressing over possible results? It is safe to say that you are searching for a characteristic method to bring down pulse? Well, would you be able to know? One more examination has been done, this one on the main sources of stroke, naming hypertension as the main source of both ischemic hindered vein in the mind and hemorrhagic burst vessel in the cerebrum stroke. The INTERSTROKE study found that high pressing factor combined with heftiness, smoking, diet and absence of actual exercise represented 80%, everything being equal. Of course, the investigation proceeded to say that these dangers can be altered normally. What number of studies do there need to be before doctors begin endorsing changes in eating routine and way of life instead of working out a chit for the best-in-class drug that the drug agent enlightened him concerning over lunch a week ago? In any case, it's not all the specialist's shortcoming, is it? On the off chance that you don't utilize pulse drug, you need to make a move. In the event that you don't pop a pill consistently, you must roll out certifiable improvements in what you eat, what you drink, the measure of activity you get and the measure of pressure, the executive's procedures you need to utilize. At the end of the day, you need to assume liability for your well-being, and that is not generally something helpful to do. On the off chance that you are not kidding about a characteristic method to bring down pulse, you must be not kidding about making changes in your way of life. We should begin with most straightforward and quickest approach to bring down your pressing factor. Exercise. 30 minutes per day, and it doesn't need to be at the same time, of moderate oxygen-consuming activity like strolling or cycling can bring down your pressing factor by up to 4 focuses right away. How extreme is that? A brief stroll toward the beginning of the day, a brief stroll at lunch and a brief walk when you return home. Not exclusively will you lower pressure, however at last you will knock off pounds also. Diet. You don't need to turn into a food Nazi. You can break into a better eating regimen steadily by setting up simple to accomplish week-by-week objectives. Cafe food is totally stacked with salt, and even the solid-sounding dishes like chicken are as a rule soaked with fat. Make it an objective to supplant one inexpensive food supper 7 days with something sound from home. Google diet and you'll get an enormous rundown of delicious heart-sound dishes. Hydrate. Being completely hydrated is an issue for most Americans. The condition deteriorates in the late spring, especially on the off chance that you go the entire day in an office where the cooling is continually sucking out the mugginess from the air. We take in dry air and the dampness in our body dissipates. Water assumes a significant part in practically the entirety of our frameworks. With pulse, water supports versatility of the vessels, permitting them to deal with pressure all the more effectively, and it flushes out sodium. You ought to drink a large portion of your body weight, communicated in ounces, of water every day. In the event that you weigh 150 pounds, you ought to drink 75 ounces of water. There are in a real sense many approaches to normally bring down circulatory strain, including a few techniques that are surprisingly quick. In the event that you need to get off the medications, get your work done, make an arrangement, and afterward submit.